Of Bat in the Sun, musical genius, and one of my very best friends, Mr. Schoenke, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a wonderful introduction.
Oh, you're very welcome. Second, the wonderful, the amazing bloodline of the dragon herself, Ms. Jenna Frank. Where's your name badge?
Where's my name?
We'll pretend you're here. Sit with me. Oh, and some guy called Eric. No, I'm kidding. Can I please introduce the wonderful, also co-founder of Bat in the Sun Productions, director genius, and another one of my very best friends, Mr. Erik Schoenke, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, this works. How's everybody doing out there right now? Who is excited for Legend of the White Dragon? Well, we are super, super glad that you are all here. We got a packed house, which is what we were hoping. That's always what we had. When Jason was here, which is awesome, it's wonderful to be here back at San Diego Comic-Con. We are thrilled. It's a little overwhelming. We had a little meeting before this. Obviously, it's very emotional for us. So if it gets a little emotional, obviously, obvious reasons, but just very blessed to be here and be bringing this project to you guys. Just to give you an update, probably wondering where are those actors that you announced that would be here? Well, there's the SAG strike going on, and of course our film is union, which is why we have people like David Ramsey, Mark Dacascos, Michael Madsen involved with this film, which they're awesome and they wanted to be here. They wanted to be here, but obviously the SAG strike is very important. You know, we have to teach those big studios what it is to be valued. We here at Bat in the Sun understand that more than anyone. We started this company as a way to be like, hey, let's do things our way and do them right. We don't deal with that shady BS that, you know, a lot of big studios, no shade. But we respect our actors and want to stand in solidarity with them. So much respect to them, and I hope we make great progress. And we just got word that our project is cleared, got our SAG agreement that we are complying completely with SAG, so we are totally in the clear with honoring them. We are one of those independent projects that is able to do that, which is great. So, see, when you're honest and moral, you get things done correctly. To give you an update on the film, I have some good news and some bad news. Oh, no. Yeah, go for it.
You are standing instead of sitting because this chair is, who is this chair for?
I want to leave that chair open for Jason.
Yeah.
I should have brought my sunglasses. Let's see if I can. Anyways, good news and bad news. I'm hit you with the bad news. I'm gonna hit it with you, and you're gonna be like, a lot of studios are doing it right now, and it's gonna be frustrating. But we're gonna push the release date back. Oh, I know. We don't like it either. But why we're gonna do that? Well, that's the good news. Obviously, after Jason passed, obviously tragic, horrible. Everyone rallied around this movie. All the actors, all the crew, they want to be like, let's make this movie the best movie that it can possibly be and do everything that Jason wanted to do. So we have gone through and basically figured out, and we've been actually in the middle of doing reshoots. We were done with the principal photography with Jason, and now we are doing reshoots to add a lot of things that he wanted to add in. And just to give you a scope of what that is we've gone back, and when we'll be done with our reshoots, the reshoots will have cost $1 million to put that in the film. And that's all because of this guy right here. Because we all agree that we want to make this the best film possible. So thank the cast and crew and thank you guys.
The original scheduled date was to be on Jason's 50th birthday, which is this September 4th.
Yes.
So when is the
When is the new?
Yeah.
We're looking at Q1 of next year. That's what we're looking at. So it'll be about 4 to 6 months. We're pushing it back.
The first quarter of next year.
Yes. The reason why we want to do that, like I said, is because we want to make it the best film possible. And we only get one chance to make Jason's last movie. And that's what's going to last forever. So we don't want to rush it. We want to take our time with it. So I hope you all understand it's only because we want to make it the best. And also, I'm going to get no sleep between then and to the release date. So I'll be working on
lying.
I get told consistently, you look tired. I go, it's because I'm tired. But anyways, who wants to see the trailer? Well, let's roll the trailer then. Turn these lights off, please. What did you guys think of that? Okay, it's kind of a little emotional. Well, I'm glad you guys like. We're working on it nonstop, and this film really meant everything to Jason. And he put so much of himself into this film. He really was great about living his truth through his art, which is great as an artist. And this film was really was about it's okay for superheroes to ask for help. That a lot of people are dealing with a lot of anxiety and trauma and mental issues, and he wanted to put that in the film as he put into his regular everyday life when he connected with everyone. And I love when I meet everyone, I can see this genuine connection. People come up to me, and I'm sure all of us all the time, and talk about how much they loved him, and that's because of his vulnerability that he wore on his sleeve and his honesty, and he put that in the film. And I know for the people that knew him really well, when they watch this film, they think that they've never seen Jason that much and be that honest and just deliver wonderful performances. And we're going to show a scene a little later, which is his favorite scene, but he wanted to do this because while he loved Power Rangers, that was very a kid's show, and he had to act very much like, oh, where's Lord Zed, and we have to do this, and it was very up. And he's like, I want to act, I want to give truth to my fans, and all my fans are grown up now, and I want, they're going through things, and I want to help them. And he always wanted to be so helpful. I always say that he gave away so much, I worried that he didn't save enough for himself. And he put that in this film, and his message was, it's okay for superheroes to ask for and need help. It's okay. And that's what he wants to bring into it. So I wanted to open it up to these guys to talk about what it was like for them and working with Jason. We can start with Jenna, of course.
Check. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it worked. But what's up, everybody? As you guys know, if you don't know, Jason's my dad. So working on this project, it was really important to me because it just felt so genuine and raw. And in the film, I think my dad's actually gone. So now looking back, it's like, dang, But for me, working with him and just the whole cast, I mean, ever since I was little, he always was like, I'm gonna get my own movie one day. I'm like, yes, you are. So now that everything is, done and everything, and now he's not here, it's definitely bitter and sweet, but the whole experience was really just so touching. It was just really genuine and raw, so just working with everybody, it was an experience for sure.
Yeah!
I am one of you. I would have gone to the ends of the earth for Jason. He was my childhood hero, and I was presented with what I can only describe as what I would call the golden ticket. Work on a movie with your childhood hero. And I will live with that wonderful experience for my life. But being an executive producer required me to be professional and sit behind the monitor and occasionally go, at things. And there's so many times Jason would come over and he's like, hey bud, what you doing? I was like, I'm just sitting here looking at the monitors, Jason, and said, no, the cool stuff, let's pretend he said stuff, is happening over here. And I remember the first day we had David Ramsey on set. I'm a huge Arrowverse fan, always have been. And he said, why are you sat over here? David's over there. So suddenly, my wheelchair is moving. And Jason is moving me over there and he said, right, let's take some photos. Jason never forgot, despite our personal, wonderful and professional relationship, he never forgot that I was a fan. And we know how he treated his fans. He treated them amazingly well. And he always made sure that I was well treated and cared for. And those were things that I take away from that movie. The true human nature of Jason. Plus, he's a badass. The number of things you would see behind the scenes. I remember one time we were sat in the sort of green room, and he was practicing his martial arts. And I'm sure there's a few Power Rangers fans out there somewhere. Yeah? So we remember when Tommy used to jump up in the air and do that like split kick? And that's a young person's thing. Well, I can tell you, in his late 40s, I've got video of him still doing that kick. He was, and will remain in my mind, legit forever. So, yeah, we're not going to talk about him. But no.
Really, why not? Because he kicked the shit out of him if he wanted to.
I was trying not to say that.
JDF was king. He was king.
He was king, and those are the memories I will take away, and I'm thrilled. It's a huge honor to be partly responsible for his final movie. It's a huge honor, it's a responsibility, but my God, are we going to do it right?
Aaron and I have known Jason for over 10 years. And in all that time, I have so many wonderful memories of Jason. Just going out for dinner, hanging out, playing the piano with him. Just little things like that. But on the set, there's two memories that I'll always cherish in my heart. And one day after we finished filming, we wrapped for the day. We're out in the parking lot, packing up, ready to go. And he started impersonating me. And he was kind of mocking me, making fun of me, and the cast and crew was laughing. They were loving it, seeing him. He was doing my mannerisms and little quirkiness that I have. And it was very endearing. I mean, it didn't bother me at all, but it just touched my heart to actually see Jason kind of just being me for a moment. And that's something I'll always treasure. But there was another time where he actually pissed me off. And he was giving me a hard time intentionally, on purpose, but I didn't know that. And he was pushing me all day, asking me, why is this going wrong or that there? And then eventually I just snapped and I stood up to him and I just told him what I thought. And then he kind of smiled back at me and he said, see, that's what I wanted. I wanted you to stand up to me, because now I can respect you. And I thought about that, days afterwards. And like he was a martial artist and he was always trained with discipline. And he wanted he wanted to respect me. So he wanted to see if I had what it took to stand up to him. And, I was a little bit hesitant because I knew he could kick my ass really easily. But I did, and because of that, it actually made us closer. And that's another one of my favorite memories of my time with him.
Those are all great and emotional. I used to my dad, so I've known Jason for 10 years, over 10 years, and we talked almost every day, because we've done 10 projects together. We did, White Ranger vs. Scorpion, Green Ranger vs. Ryu, Bloodshot, Power Rangers, Street Fighter, My Morphin, I don't know, there's a lot of them. So we talk all the time, and we actually came up with the idea for Legend of the White Dragon 10 years ago, and then we're like, let's try to pitch this as as a Power Ranger thing, which they didn't want to do, which is crazy. You have Jason, you're like, I want to do this thing, and I want to make this awesome thing for the fans, and they're like, no, and then they did whatever they wanted to do, which I don't know if that worked out for them, but anyways, so we've been working on this for a long time. We came up with the idea, and working on the project. One of my favorite stories, and I have a lot of them, but being the director, I'm always like telling Jason, give him the direction, and acting with him was also very, very cool, and having a fight scene with him, and all that cool stuff. But it's always like I'm giving him direction, and that kind of is always our dynamic, how we always work together. But there's a scene in there, and you saw it in the trailer, I do like a lot of sword work. And for those who don't know, I've done a lot of stunts. I did the mocap for Spider-Man, a lot of the games and stuff. So I have experience, but I was like, I want to look really cool here. And I was like, and Jason was there, I was like, show me like some really great sword kata. And what was great about it is I get to just see a different side of Jason, which is kind of weird because I know him for 10 years, very close, super close, one of my closest, dearest friends. But here now he's being the director, and he's talking about how to move and how to fight, and watching him was really, the people on set that day was really a privilege because it's like you're watching an Olympic level athlete move and do things, and he's really, it's because you're working, when you're directing with him, he's trying to find that acting moment. He's really like, it's like anxiety, and you're trying to push your emotions, and it's very like intense because there's a lot of really intense moments in this movie. But when he became the teacher, he was very calm and very like pinpoint, and it was really like just a really wonderful thing that when I look back, it's very beautiful. Despite what he was teaching me, he's like, think of the jugular and the leg on the vein. You want to kill them 6 times in 1 second. I was like, I just want to look cool, Jason, but whatever. But you know, he really gave his all on everything he did. He was able to match my energy and my dad's and Chris's, and I think that's why we all got along so well. And he was so important for him to make this film be real. And we're going to show you the scene here. This scene is a scene that he got to do with Michael Madsen, who was his favorite actor, actually. That was like his idol. And he saw that we did, I don't know if you guys have seen our previous film, Dying is Easy, where I played the Joker in it. And we had Michael Madsen in that. He saw that, and he called me up, and he was like, yeah, you know Michael Madsen? I was like, yeah. He's like, can we have Michael Madsen in White Dragon? I was like, yeah. I know this is working with Tarantino or something. But Michael's super cool. Michael's a lot like Jason. He's very real. And when we got the script worked out, basically Michael plays Jason's dad in the film. He's visiting him in jail. And it's, I don't want to give away too much of the story, so it might seem a little fragmented, but we ran this take only like 3 times. We did cross coverage, and it was very emotional for the 2 actors because they knew like this isn't, we don't want to do some silly stuff. We want to be real, and they want to dig deep, and they're both really deep people. And I think if you just watch the nuance and just like the facial movement in his voice, I think you'll be able to really see what Jason wanted to bring across with this film. I know most people are used to seeing action, but this was Jason's favorite scene in the film because he felt like I got to deliver what I wanted to prove I could do. So this is just a heavy scene with him and his dad. Can we roll that scene? What do you guys think of that? Yeah, you really hope. Well, there you go. Before we get to that, I would say that Jason really gave it his all on that, and he was really quite very proud of that. That was his favorite scene. He wanted to add the weight to this film and make it feel very heavy and very serious, and that's kind of the vibe that goes along with this. So, great job, Jason. So next up, on a lighter note, also it's all about incorporating his vision. We're very excited to be partnering with Sideshow and delivering this art print here, which is super cool because Jason wanted, because basically with Power Rangers, he promoted it, but he didn't own any of it. He didn't have anything that was his own. He contributed so much, but had kind of nothing to show for it. So he wanted to create his own IP and have it stand next to Spider-Man and Batman and all that kind of stuff. And now when you go to sideshow.com, there is our creation standing next to those giants. So it's great to see that. Which is awesome. Looks super cool. And that is live right now. If you go to the next slide real quicker. There's the QR code, so you guys get it first. So if you do that QR code, you get it before it sells out. If you click on that link, you can get it right there. And if these sell out, Sideshow's like, if these can sell out in a week, he goes, we'll start working on that white dragon statue, which would be super cool. So we're really excited to be partnering with them on this, which is very, very cool. I don't know if you guys have any. I know also, we're just skipping through this. If you have any thoughts on.
Yeah, you were going to mention, Chris, something about the original contributors?
Yeah. It's, I think it's really, really important to acknowledge that we have a team of, I think it's 5,008 Kickstarter backers, without whom we would not be here. They kickstarted this project, they gave it visibility, and all of that led us on a pathway to where we are now. I would not be involved if not for the Kickstarters. So I ask that you spare a thought and actually a big bloody round of applause for our Kickstarter backers who actually...
Sometimes this project has grown exponentially so much, they sometimes feel like they've been kind of like lost in the growth of this project here. So we just want to again tip our hats to them. All their names will be in the credits.
Yes, they will be. There's a rumor going around they weren't going to be there, but they'll be there. When the film hits theaters, they'll be there. And Jason loved the Kickstarter. He loved the fans. He loved giving them what they wanted and connecting with them. I wanted to ask before we went to the sideshow stuff, but here we are. I wanted to ask you, Jenna, what was your thoughts on that scene with your dad and Michael Madsen?
I actually haven't seen it, but it's very raw.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen it. It kind of threw me off guard because I was like, oh, it's really deep though, man. I didn't know it was like that good. I was like, oh my gosh. But I'm super proud of my dad. Seriously, ever since I was so young, we did that. What was that one film?
Taz Caden.
Yeah, I got kidnapped.
Yeah.
Wait, what was it?
Taz Caden.
Oh, Taz Caden. Well, we've tried so many different things, so that's why it's so cool to see like the whole movie and all the actors, and it's really cool, man.
Yeah, Jason, I cannot describe how much Jason brought his A game that day. Because there was a conversation had. I was like, we think we've got a cool scene to put in this film that involves Michael Madsen. And that's normally when people come looking at me and go, Chris, can we have some more? What for? Is normally my response. We want to bring in Michael Madsen. It's like, okay. Because Jason wants it. Okay, where do I sign? There was a thing for me, if I get to work with my hero, then why should I not arrange for my hero to work with his hero? So that's one of my favorite days on set because I was able to give him what he wanted, and they both brought it that day. We had some long days on set. We were done in 3 hours?
5.
It was 5.
It was 5, yeah.
I know that sounds long, but we had some much longer days than that. And they absolutely killed it. And when I say at the end of those 3 takes, they were done. They were physically and emotionally done. They couldn't do any more than they did. And they literally just both stopped and said, okay, we're done. But the quality was so high that you had no fear. It was an amazing day. It was an electric feeling.
And to go along with that, which is what Jason always wanted, and I'm going to swear at the end of the story, I apologize, but it's happening. After we got done with that scene, because him and Michael developed a friendship after that, and Michael sent Jason an audio message later that day, because it was really emotional. And Michael's gruff voice, which I can't do, but he was saying, I do a lot of movies. Some are good, some are bad, some people phoning in. He goes, but that scene with you, that was fucking acting. And Jason sent that to me, and he was just welled up, because he heard his hero tell him, you know how to act. And that was beautiful to see that recognition in him. So, anyways, and you made that happen, so thank you.
The focus is and always will be on Jason. You can have money for anything, but if you've got someone who you believe in and who you believes in you, that is what will turn money into something. Money is just a tool, but if you've got a guy that can work miracles like Jason could, that's when the real magic happens. So don't thank me, always thank Jason, because without him, we would not have a damn thing.
We love you, Jason!
Just one other person I do want to thank after thanking you, just someone we call the glue on set that holds everything together, that we just throw crazy things at, like, hey, we want to shoot on a set that doesn't exist tomorrow, please make that happen, I'll see you later. And that's Ben Dukes. Ben, where are you? Can you stand up? Where's Ben? Ben's in the back there.
We love you, Jason!
Ben, without Ben, we would not be able to make this either. But to get back to the... Is it?
No.
Okay. So we'll move on to our next. Let's go to the next slide here. There we go. So we are partnering with Valaverse to make. Go to the next slide. Action figures.
Yes! Yes! Let's go! Yes!
So, if you don't know who Valverse is one of the he's one of the heads that worked in the 6-inch figure department at Hasbro, and he got kind of fed up with their ways, and they're like, I'm gonna start my own company and do it better than you. So he went off, reached out to us, and was like, I'd love to do this brand. And he's like, let's make some cool Jason figures. And I was like, well, that sounds great. So here we go. So these are going to be up for pre-order next month. Go to the next slide. It's going to be a 2-pack. So you can have interchangeable heads. That's me right there. I don't know if that looks, that kind of looks like me. I am ugly. I'm scared. No, it's really actually quite an honor. I grew up being a Power Ranger fan. And to be sold in stores as a 2-pack with Jason is like 9-year-old me would lose his mind. Like it's crazy. But super proud of these. This is what Jason wanted. He always talked about action figures. He's like, that's, you know, what it is. And you know, Power Rangers was the biggest selling action figure in the 90s. Eat your heart out, Batman and Spider-Man. And of course, without a doubt, the biggest selling character of Power Rangers is Jason. So Jason is the biggest selling action figure of the 90s, which is a hell of a title to wear, which is super cool. So he was really excited about these figures. He never got to see them complete, but he knew they were on the way. So I hope everyone buys 17 of these, because then we can make more of them. And there's a bunch of different other figures we'd like to make. So we're very excited. Go to the next slide. I think there's a few more. That's the base. And then next slide. There you go. So you can see we spent a lot of time to get the detail. Those are just the prototypes. We'll still work on it. Is there one more slide? Where's that? Okay. That's that. Okay, I think that's awesome. So there you go. So be on the lookout. They'll be on our website. They'll also be on Big Bad Toy Store and all the different action figure places that they sell action figures. Anyways, so we're very, very excited about all the merch. What we want to do is we want to open it up to some questions here.
Did you want to mention the t-shirts?
Oh yeah, well, okay, so how are we, the t-shirts, you're all probably wondering, like, where are those t-shirts? That's what I'm here for. I should know this now. You'll have tickets. Oh, you know more than I do.
Use your tickets to get a free t-shirt.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah. They look like this.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a cool shirt.
That's cool. They're at the Hyatt. They're over the Hyatt. So you just go out and make a left.
It's right next to the
Marriott. And there's a line. There's a bunch of people wearing like Guardians of the Galaxy shirts, being like, t-shirts this way. And if you just go like that, you can get your shirt.
And they'll be there tomorrow too, if you can't
Today
get
and tomorrow. So, we're going to open up to questions, and at the end, we're going to show the trailer again, because I'm sure everyone wants to see the trailer again.
Say we can get it tomorrow. Say we can get it tomorrow. Yeah.
They can get it tomorrow too,
bro.
Yeah, I don't. This room is packed. There's like
If you really want that
700
t-shirt,
people.
you should go right after this panel.
However that works. They got to figure it out. But be nice. Don't run over anyone. If you want to teleport there, that's fine. Okay. But let's open this up with some questions, and then we'll show the trailer again. You guys good? Cool. Alrighty. So there's a microphone in the middle here, and let's. I'm just really like I seem a little out of it just because it's really emotional and wonderful. And I talked with Jason a lot about. He said we're all going to tour and it's going to be amazing. And so you keep picturing him and thinking about how big his smile is. So I apologize if I seem a little stuttery. But yes, let's open this up here. First question there.
Hi. So hopefully this doesn't sound like a dumb question, but what kind of release are we talking when it comes out in quarter one? Are we talking like a nationwide release with multiple theaters like AMC and all that, or yeah, that's what I want to know. Sorry about that.
We're looking at around March. That's the end of quarter one, and it will be opening. We're hoping in 500 theaters. And it will be at Regal, Regency, AMC, and it will be probably a small international release where we go to Canada and European countries.
That sounds good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Chris, one of us. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
So, Aaron, so I know you like to get your hands dirty and get in in the middle of everything. You're perfectionist when it comes to planning all the fighting and all that stuff. Did it add stress to you, or did it take away stress having Jason Font and Johnny Young Bosch there, knowing what they were doing, and really maybe taking away some of that I don't know, creativity? I don't know. Did that ever happen?
Well, firstly, Johnny Bosch is not in the film. He was in the very first Kickstarter we did, but he's not in this one, though. That's when the story was probably a little more Power Ranger-centric, but still not. This is obviously an original IP film. It has nothing to do with Power Rangers and is much more adult. Just working with Jason as a fighter is amazing. He's so visceral. One of our stunt coordinators, Alvin Scene, posted I remember on him, and he said, "I love Jason because he was scary when he fought. Not because he was dangerous, but just because he's so volatile." And having worked with a lot of stunt fighters and done a lot of stunt fighting, Jason is the real deal. When I said earlier jokingly he could beat up Van Damme or Seagal or whatever, I meant it. So, I mean, he really is. And I fought him, and I did fight scenes with him, and after like doing blocks, I was like, my arms hurt. I was like, you're blocking me. And then I felt this, like his forearms were just like chiseled cement. He's like, it's just from years of fighting. And I was like, can you block me? I was like, how is my best offense like destroying me? Like, you're even on defense. But working with him, he's amazing. Like, he's our favorite person to work with fighting wise. He's brilliant. So I hope that answers your question. It's really just, he's the badass.
I think the other thing I'd say is he treated his martial arts almost like a separate character. So right at the very beginning, he was very conscious that he didn't want to do karate. He didn't want to do any Tommy Oliver-esque kind of martial arts. He wanted to do it differently. He wanted this character to have a different style. So Jason, being Jason, just switched styles. And it's incredible. And that Muay Thai is a huge part of the character, and it's a huge part of the film.
Yes, and he did Muay Thai, which I know he traveled the world to learn that. This isn't something like, he's like, I took like a 6-week course. He traveled the world and trained. He trained with his wife, Tammy, who, she's right over there, that's right. But he, like I said, he was a real deal. He's basically like Batman, in a way. He traveled the world. Anyways, next question.
But he could beat up Batman.
Hey guys, Jenna, I hope you never stop hearing this throughout the rest of your life, but your dad is my hero.
Never, bro. Never.
Hey guys, I'm super excited about this to come out. I'm so excited that when the Kickstarter hit, I didn't have money, but I had 2 pieces of wood that I think you guys have that are glued together.
Yes. All right. Face to the wood. All right.
But then that was the Bad in the Sun logo that I carved out.
That was you.
That's me.
Yes, that's you. Oh, wow.
So
yes.
that sits in the centerpiece of our living room, actually.
Wow.
True story.
So after this, are we getting back to Bad in the Sun Superpower Beatdown?
That's the rumor. Yes, next year we'll be getting back to. We've already started building the outfits for the 2 characters that we want to do. So thank you.
There we go. It's working. Cool. I was wondering. Obviously, Power Rangers was filmed in Santa Clarita. I work and live there. I was wondering, did you do any shooting locations in the studios or around there by chance?
Did we shoot in Santa? Ben, did we shoot in Santa Clarita?
No, we did not go to Santa Clarita.
Okay. But we shot in a lot of studios. Here's the crazy thing: it's for a film of this. It's a multi-million-dollar production, but it's not Marvel or anything like that. But we have like, how many locations do we have, Ben? Like 35?
Sure.
All right. It was a lot. It was like 55, 60 shooting days. I don't know. It was a lot. There's 1,200 effect shots in this movie. So we really pushed the limits. We might have shot around there. Yeah.
But we were so tired, we don't remember.
Yeah.
How's it going, you guys? I just wanted to say thank you to Jenna, Tammy, and Tony for the signing earlier, the stuff that they did. My question is actually for Aaron. I watch a lot of your late night live streams. They keep me really motivated, but I really did want to ask you, what really does keep you inspired, having to work on this film, with Jason, not being here, being present? How do you keep your team motivated? And,
well, so at Bat in the Sun, we'll start with me and my dad. Let's see if I can get through this. And it's really important when you do anything that you genuinely value and care about people you're with, because it's not about money, like Chris said. Love is so much more valuable, and it's everyone on this project felt that. Jason was that. You know, you go to a lot of sets and the lead actor won't talk to anyone, and I'd have a lot of our grips come up and be like, I was talking with Jason over text last night, and I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, we're texting buddies. And I was like, oh, great. That's how open he was. And it's real easy to work real hard for someone that you love. And we like to work with people we love. So, that's how.
Thank you guys.
I like your White Ranger outfit.
Well, thank you.
It looks inspired by someone that I know.
Gee, I wonder who.
Me too, I wonder who.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, this is for both Jenna and Aaron. So, Jenna, even though they already said it, your father will be very proud of you, and we're always gonna have your support and always have your back no matter what. And we all love you, and we're always gonna be there for you, and no matter what, always.
That means a lot for us, full of love and support, because I feel like we're all going through it together, you know? I feel like I'm not alone, so thank you.
Always.
Yeah, we got you!
So, we know that we're gonna get a 2-pack figure next year. Now, are we gonna see more figures of this, like a 12-inch figure or something like that?
Well, Valaverse, they want to do. We've already laid out 2 other 2-packs. If this one sells well, then those go into production. So if you just buy 10,000 of this one figure, we'll make those.
I'll make it first off to my bank.
All right. Get a bank loan, it's fine. No. Yeah, that's yeah. I love your outfit though. And I was talking about Jenna. I just want to say she's super strong. Obviously seeing her during this whole thing, I can't imagine. And you're very strong, and I have
always
much respect. I couldn't do what you do. So, and he and your dad would be very proud.
Let's go!
Hi, my name is Isaiah.
Hello, Isaiah.
And I met your dad in 2013, and I have a picture here on my phone. I just wanted to tell you that he really touched me that day. He was my hero from way back in the day, and I just want to say God bless you, Jenna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Isaiah.
Okay, so my thing is for Jenna as well. I'm sitting here with my son to be 21 next month. Here's
Happy
a picture.
early birthday.
Here's a picture with him with your dad. So I want to thank you for sharing your dad with so many other kids. And for his 21st birthday, I just bought him a Mighty Morphing, a sword from Hasbro today. So your dad meant a lot, and that was our show, and he was our favorite Ranger.
Thank you, that means a lot.
I like that shirt that you're wearing. That's cool.
It's familiar.
I don't even have. How do you guys have more cool stuff? You know more stuff and have cool stuff than I do.
Well, this was from, I think, Power Morphicon 2.
That's right.
Power Morphicons ago, maybe.
This last one, I was there at that.
Okay.
And it's all
last
coming
one.
back to me. Yeah.
Yes. And that was actually the first time I ever saw Jenna on a panel, and that was really cool because she was late, so her dad just sat there talking about how proud he was.
I was late.
So, that was really cool, actually. But I wanted to kind of come up here and say, like, ever since he started talking about, like, on panels and stuff, I've been a Superman fan my whole life. He started going, like, I'm doing a thing, guys, you have no idea, it's going to be amazing. All the way up to this and having the art and everything like that. And I can even remember we were in a little tiny room for Bat in the Sun over there. Was that last year before maybe? And you guys just kind of talking like, this is going to be big, you know? But there was so much passion behind it and everything like that. And ever since that happened, like, I just wanted you guys to know, like, the fans, like, especially for me, I can feel the amount of passion that you guys are putting into this every day, and I'm sure it's exhausting, but it means a lot to me, and I'm sure everybody else in this room, that you guys are willing to just put everything into it, for your love for him, for that, but also just so us, his fans, have this. And I just wanted you guys to know that, like, we can feel that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Amen.
We appreciate it. It's a good kind of exhaustion.
Yeah, and we work. I mean, me, my dad, and Chris, and the whole crew, and everyone knows. Everyone, they're all. A lot of them are here, and it's wonderful that just work tirelessly. Some people go online. Why isn't it done yet? I'm like, I haven't slept. And My dad's working all the time on it. He's crushing it. You know, we're on meetings with Chris, Ben, everyone, Kaylin, Alex, everyone that's here, Cabby. We're all just working all the time to get this thing done and be great. So, how hard do we work on this? How often do we work on this?
Pretty much all the time. 24/7 it feels like.
Well, I just want you to know it's appreciated.
Well, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, folks. It's really nice to meet you, especially in person. I mean, I've been following you on Instagram and all that, but I wanted to just get a real short story, and it's not even a question. My fiance, the fairy godmother over here.
Hi.
If it weren't for her going to reserve my spot out in Boulder City. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Take your time.
Don't say sorry.
If it weren't for her, I wouldn't have got to meet him. Just one of the coolest, most chill guys ever. I could only really pay to get two things autographed, and before I even had a chance to say hello, he took everything I had, including my sword, and signed everything, knowing just knowing how cool and chill he was, and how positive, and how caring about his fans he was meant more to me than anything. I hope he got to try the bottle of wine that I gave him, because I made that myself. Sure didn't taste that great, but really it was just an absolute pleasure to finally get to meet your childhood hero. So really it's a lot. So just know that I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're all going through it together, man.
Got this, man.
And if we look at it, no, we're not. There's so many people out there that have a similar story, that you have, so just know you're really not alone. It can always be worse,
He wouldn't want anyone to be sad. He wants you to celebrate and be happy. Don't shed a tear, but we really can't help it.
Of course not. Hey, we're humans, man.
Good to meet
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that story. It's very beautiful. We'll take two more questions and then we'll show the trailer and call it a day. Next question.
Hi. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Sean. Hello, Christoph. Hello, Jenna. We all know Jason in a particular way. When I work with him on projects with you guys, what he just said, the kindness, the acceptance that he would give to everybody around him, it was genuine. And excuse my French, I think we're all Dutch here. It wasn't fucking bullshit. He was real. Real. So my question is, knowing him the way you guys do, working with him, knowing this human being, and then trying to do this wonderful thing, like you said, Christian, like, it's not about the money. It's about making the best thing for what the project is. My question is, to you, and you. What did Jason, what are your favorite bits of advice that he told you guys?
Can I go first?
Yeah, I know you're going to say it too.
No, you probably don't actually.
Really?
So my dad said, be the tornado, don't wait for the tornado to come, right? So that means that you just do you and don't try to follow trends. Just be true to who you are and don't ever listen to nobody. Be the tornado, don't wait to ride the tornado, be the tornado. That's, I don't know, I've been 18 years, I'm 19 now, but 18 years, my dad was my best friend. It wasn't just like, he's just my dad, like that was my best friend, so definitely, there's years of advice, but that's the one that stuck out to me the most.
Next.
The importance of integrity. And when I first came on the project, guy comes along with some money, you immediately think someone's going to bite your hand off, and it's going to be obsequious, and it's going to be sucking up, and it's going to be very boring. I got a bloody interview. I got a phone call from Jason. I was like, you want to invest in my movie? Why? And he wanted to make sure that my reasons for doing it were genuine. I said, it's very simple. You're a childhood hero of mine, and I don't believe you've ever had a fair shake at being the action hero that we know you could be. You're my childhood hero, I think you're capable of something more, and I think this is going to be really damn interesting and a really fun ride. He said, okay, that's all I needed to know. I needed to know you were doing it for the right reasons and that you believed in me, and that's why you were doing it. Profit comes from producing a quality product that people like and not cutting corners. Every additional cent I put in means my chance of breaking even is smaller. My response, to be blunt, fuck it. It's for him. The transformative experience of being on set with him for so long are memories that I will treasure forever. Excuse me, now I'm tearing up.
Sorry, thank you. Well, I don't think I can say it any better than the two of you. You said it very well. He was just an extremely charismatic person. You know, when he talked with you, he would smile and he would just pull you in. There's like an aura of energy around Jason. And Jenna, you have your dad's fire inside of you. You know, I can see it in you. And I just, we all just dearly miss him, but he was very, just extremely charismatic. He just, just wanted to just hang around him more and more. We miss him dearly.
Yeah, it was just hard. Do it for the right reasons. He always listened to the fans and listened to people around him. Like Chris said, his North Star was not money. It was doing things right for the fans, and that's what I think that's why we connected so much. So yeah, that's fine. Thank you for the question.
Thank you, guys.
Our last question here from our Green Ranger outfit here, which was Jason's favorite outfit and the last outfit he wore officially.
Thank you guys. I just want to say thank you guys for doing everything what you guys done. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him and you guys, just plus of my troubles and whatever I went through. But the reason why I'm up here right now is because I was taking pictures with a lot of people today, and kids came. A mom said, that struck me, said, my kids love Jason, but they never got to meet him. And then I just went in her ear and I said, this is why I do what I do. I'm living up to his legacy and I'm not gonna stop to the last breath. And I know that's what he would want anybody to do. And again, I just wanna say thank you guys. Thank you, Jenna. It's the first time meeting you. And I met you guys before. And last time I met you. I love that. Thank you. And I also have a gift for you. So whenever I could give it to you, I would like to.
I appreciate it.
You're gonna love it, bro. I already know what he's gonna get you. You're gonna love it.
Cool, we'll get afterwards. So we're gonna show the trailer again, but I just wanted to say thank you all for being here. This means the world to us. He's more than just a colleague, dear friend, family, and all these things. So we're gonna show the trailer one more time, but before we do that, I wanna get a for Jason. I'm gonna count it down to 3, 2, 1, right? Here we go, so ready? 3, 2, 1, for Jason!